Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Super Jerry 27's Nerd Cave of comic book goodness with some actual comic book related news. Usually I just do Walmart openings and some reviews or what I'm reading or beautiful stories that you need to read. But this time, Entertainment Weekly has dropped a Fantastic Four bomb on us. Oddly enough, not about the movie, but this time about the comic book. Dan Slott has been writing Fantastic Four 1 through 46. His last issue is going to be number 46, where there will be then two fill-in issues, 47 and 48. Of course, you have to do the whole number one, so you can do 28 variant covers for no reason. And the new writer and artist will be taking over with that issue number one. Who knows what legacy issue now it is now? I don't even know. I stopped reading Fantastic Four after Hickman, I believe. But anyways, Ryan North is going to be taking over the penmanship duties of the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family. You might know him from some amazing books such as The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl and Slaughterhouse-5. The artist is, I'm going to butcher his name, Ibn Coelho. I actually know nothing about him. Hopefully he's good. I'll probably take a look at some of his stuff after this video so I don't get too pissed off. And then Entertainment Weekly says that North is going to focus on smaller stories with the Fantastic Four. Like, are you kidding me? Are they going to look for puppies in New York City near the Baxter Building? Or if someone has termites? This is ridiculous. I'm not thrilled about this announcement. I'm not going to lie. The Fantastic Four is one of my favorite super teams and used to be one of my favorite books. It kind of started me in comic books. Dad took me to a California Comics and Cards back in the 80s. I was flipping through the quarter bins and they had The Thing, Marvel 2-in-1 with The Thing, and that's how I fell in love with the Fantastic Four through The Thing. Oddly enough, it wasn't Superman or Batman that got me into comic books. It was Heathcliff and The Thing. And it grew into the craziness that I have now. So yeah, that's the news. It's not great news. I'm underwhelmed. I'm going to get it, and I hope to God this guy can do it, but I am not holding my breath. So I'm going to talk about some Fantastic Four stories that you absolutely should read, that you can get in trade paperback form or hardcover form through various outlets. I would suggest your local comic book store because they're probably hurting. Because shit all good ain't, no good shit's coming out. It's just shit that's coming out from the big two right now. Image and the indies and stuff is kicking some ass. Not gonna lie, I loved Capullo and Snyder's We Have Demons. I'm looking forward to all R.L. Stein's books. Like, all of a sudden, I'm kind of leaning more into horror, and I love horror, so I'm happy with that. But obviously, you want to read the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby Fantastic Four. These are the omnibuses. I have the first two. I think it's 1 through, so I think this is the first 100, no, each is 25 issues. This is the first 50 issues. This is some Silver Age goodness. And then let's see. I don't have some of these in hardcover form. I never bought them because I probably didn't have the money. But I have them in floppy form. And I'm going to go through those first. I wrote them all down. Or I'm going to do a couple of them first. So, most comic book readers remember the Marvel Knights franchise. Daredevil was the big, upshoot from that one, and kind of kicked off that line. And we got a Spider-Man, and we had a Marvel Knights Fantastic Four, but it was just Marvel Knights 4, the number. Written by, I'm going to butcher his name. I'm so sorry if you're watching. Roberto Aguirre Sacasa, and drawn by Steve McNiven. This is kind of the Marvel book that I found Steve McNiven. Unfortunately, he's not doing monthlies anymore. He's just doing covers. He really needs to kickstart a book. Sorry. I love Steve McNiven's art. That is a great storyline. I'm probably going to reread it very soon. I know Aguirre Sacase pens the whole thing. I don't think McNiven writes it all because I think he was given Civil War in between that. And then Ultimate Fantastic Four, the 2004 version written by Mark Millar and Brian Michael Bendis, with some Warren Ellis thrown in there, drawn by Greg Land. I forget the rest. It's good stuff. That run gave us the Marvel Zombies world, that is suddenly becoming popular because of dumbass Disney Plus. So Mark Millar and Robert Kirkman, two very independent comic book creators now, are the ones who brought us Marvel Zombies. So just remember that. Remember where to go to read and buy books. But always go to your local comic book store. All right, let's do some of the older ones. Now, I read this a while ago, but I don't remember it. Like, I've read so many comic books, it's ridiculous. So I'm actually rereading the old stuff. But I got both covers, of course. It's Fantastic Four: The Lost Adventures by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and John Romita Jr. Probably going to reread these because Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and John Romita Jr. Come on. Comic book royalty, John Romita Jr. is. Put that right there. That beautiful John Romita Scott Hanna cover. In the mid-2000s, early 2000s, Marvel did a lot of The End books. Hulk is a standout, The End. They did a big three-thing X-Men, The End. Iron Man, The End. And, of course, you got to end the Fantastic Four. Once again, I don't remember this. I'm going to reread basically everything you see behind me. I'm probably going to reread on my 2 days off because I'm really good at rereading comics. But this is Alan Davis and Mark Farmer beautifulness. Like, just look at that. Like, it's almost as good as John Byrne. His run is phenomenal as well. He had a super long run. I have a lot of those key issues. I didn't feel like digging them out through this video because this video is somewhat timely. So yes, Alan Davis, Mark Farmer, Fantastic Four: The End. I suggest any of the End books. Even just Marvel Universe: The End by Jim Starlin is amazing. But it's Jim Starlin, the creator of Thanos. Thanos. And then Dwayne McDuffie's run on the new Fantastic Four, where it had Black Panther and Storm in it as well. Dwayne McDuffie, R.I.P. Michael Turner, R.I.P. This was amazing. Dwayne McDuffie was a phenomenal writer, and the comic book industry is less without him. The comic book industry is also less without the beautiful art talent of Michael Turner. So I suggest getting this so that both these people, I would buy this one new to give Dwayne McDuffie's estate some funds because he really got screwed over with the milestone stuff. We all know Ed Brubaker is, the creator of Winter Soldier, but he had a little Fantastic Four Books of Doom going on. Once again, I have the floppies. I just keep the hardcovers sealed most of the time because I've already read them. Unless I'm going to get him signed. Like if Ed Brubaker comes to a convention, he's going to have a stack of books. Because I also have his Captain America Omnibus. I know I've got some duplicate floppies. He did a good job on... He did some... Gotham Central, I believe, when Rucka left, or they tag teamed it, but this is excellent. From his earliest disasters to his scientific triumphs to the tragedy of the fractured man he would become, this is the story you know and the one that you don't, the story of the missing years and the journey that shaped the man who would be king. Dr. Victor Von Doom. Trying to speed it up here, I'm already at the 8-minute line. Once again, Mr. Mark Millar steps onto our list because he is just Captain Badass and now Captain Indie Comic Netflix. This one was called Fantastic Four: World's Greatest. Brian Hitch, he and Brian Hitch reunite after their Ultimates run. This is a great run. And then the run after that, Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, while somewhat confusing, is also amazing. I'm just going to probably sit down and just start reading all the goodness. Collects Fantastic Four 554 to 561. I don't think that's the entire run, but it might be. Because these guys were so just in demand, it was ridiculous. And then another run that I just love, another RIP run, unfortunately, is Fantastic Four by Mark Waid and Mark, oh God, I'm going to butcher this, Wieringo? Let's go with Wieringo, RIP. This is some of the best Fantastic Four as well. They did a big chunk. I mean, look at Ringo's art, man. This is volume 1, is thicker than a Snicker. We got volume 2, collects Fantastic Four 503 to 513, volume 2. And it's about not as thick as volume 1. Then, of course, volume 3, that collects 514 to 524. I have all these in floppy. I read them in floppy, and I'm probably going to reread them, but art and story. Like Mark Waid doesn't sometimes treat his fans or his compatriots very well, which is sad. But man, he is an excellent writer. And I would suggest looking at any of these. Get them from your local comic book store, please. Don't use Amazon. Don't use Barnes and Noble. Go to your find your local comic book shop. Quick Google search, helping out the small local companies, because these are some great stories that need to be read and need to be remembered before the MCU shits out a horrible Fantastic Four movie. So that you can read this and be like, why didn't they do this story? Why didn't they do that story? Why does this person look like this? Why is the thing this? Just trust me. You're going to start figuring out that the MCU is turned into pure garbage. Thanks for watching. Did I miss any awesome Fantastic Four runs? I'd love to know that. That's very important because I want to read them. Do you agree or disagree? What's your favorite of this run? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Bye.